Well, Heidi has been very busy playing with the Forever Floral Spring Melody collection from our friends at Hunkydory. And you know what? We want you to come play with us. Okay, I showed you the Spring Melody. This is the Luxury Topper Collection, 112 foil die cuts, 8 foil cardstocks, all A4 size, kind of oversized, 8.5 by 11, and 8 printed ones and an idea sheet. You see the idea sheet starting there. Then there is an 8 by 8 collection. Now this has 48 double-sided papers. You're going to get 12 different designs. You're going to get 4 of each one. Okay, then Hunkydory did something exclusively for Paper Wishes, and I just love it when they do that. There are these, they call them delightful details. They are die cuts, they're foiled, and it all has the flowers on it, and so that's just really fun. You're going to get 2 of each of those. Then in addition, of course, they have, the adorable scoreable, which is going to match, and there, as usual, there are 30 sheets in here, 10 different colors, and you get 3 of each, so that works out nicely. In addition, with this one, there are some cutting dies, or this set of cutting dies called Packets of Love, and I'll show you what Heidi has done. So okay, here we go. This is the first card that Heidi has done, and this is our regular 6.5 by 5 inch card. And what she has done is she has gone into the kit, as you would expect, and she has brought out the crocus. This is the adorable scoreable, and she has cut this into the size that is down in the gallery. You'll get all of the measurements and so forth. Then she has double matted it, first on the adorable scoreable bright pink, and then again on the adorable scoreable light pink. And then she has glued that to the front of her card, allowing the card to be the matte. Now the reason that she would want that white showing is because there's so much white in the artwork, so she wants to duplicate that. Now she did use the magenta and dark pink ribbon, so you can see that she's wrapped that around and then has done a bow. Now for all of these pieces, they are coming from the topper sheet, so that's the Luxury Topper Collection, and you can see the crocus is right there, all foiled and beautiful, so she has glued that down. Now the Many Happy Returns, you can see it's right there, and then there's lots of other pieces. Like I said, there's 112 altogether. And then to get the other piece where it says crocus and spring, that comes out of the detail set. And as I said, there are 2 sheets of this. So you can see the spring is right there, and the crocus. It's kind of like a plant tag that you might put in the ground when you plant flowers or plant anything. And so that's what that is. Now on the inside of her card, she has also covered it with that light pink, but then she used the coordinating insert. And this is just a great example of what you can do. In fact, she does this on another card too. So she has cut this and nested it inside her card. She's added 2 more pieces from the details collection and added another bow right there. So it just makes it super easy, super fast. And something that Heidi did on all of these cards that I'm about to show you is they don't use very many items. So it just makes it really easy to do, simple to have. So that's our first card. Okay, now we're going to go to a Slimline card. Now this one is using our Slimline cards, which are 3.5 by 8.5, and they come with cards and envelopes, or you can make your own cards, whatever you like. Now in this case, she has gone to that 8 by 8 pad, and that one has, as I said, 48 sheets. Now they're double-sided, so like obviously this is the tulip sheet. So on the front of it, you've got this big piece, which is what she has used here. But then you've got some squares and you've got another square. On the back side, you've got tulips all over the place. And Heidi has used this masterfully, I think. So what she has done is she has placed one piece of this on, trimmed it and matted it onto the light pink that you saw in the first card, and then place it flat. Now to get the dimension, and you see the dimension, because you get 4 of each sheet, she simply cut out another another sheet or two, and then simply foam tape them. So you can see that that's what she's done all through here. It just works really, really nicely. The butterflies, like we love to do, is to just glue them in the middle. That way the wings can flutter, and you just place them over the matching art. So that works nicely. Now, these squares, well, they're right here on the sheet also. So this talks about tulips, and this is one that's giving you some information about tulips. She's matted them on the bright pink. Again, you saw both of those on the first card. And she has foam taped them on top, which I thought was really interesting. Now, to add a greeting, she went to our We're Together Dazzles, and this has two sheets. It's got a sheet of the words stacked and then a sheet of them in script. Okay, so I should show that, shouldn't I, instead of just talking about it? So it looks like this. So you get them in black, white, gold, silver, and brown. In fact, the brown is what she used. So you get them stacked, so you can see Get Well, Thinking of You, Hello Friend, stacked that way. And then there's also one in script. So if you want to have them long, you can do that. And that just works nicely too. So that's what the We're Together means. We thought it was very appropriate for this season. And that is what she's done with this card. Now on the inside, okay, so she has taken two other squares, matted them on the bright pink, covered the inside of her card with the light pink, and then she's taken a piece of the back of the same sheet and glued it right there. You can see there is a bow right there. This time she has used the gingham ribbons. In fact, this is what they look like. There's a whole collection of colors. Obviously, she chose the red. So that's really fun and a great use of this 8x8 paper pad. So, got that? Okay. Now, if you don't want to do a slimline card, although everybody around here is just absolutely having fun with them, you could do this same process and do it on a regular size card. No problem. The technique is very versatile. Scrapbookers, you can do the exact same thing. How pretty would that be on a scrapbook page? You could use our dotted duos, you could use our gingham, probably gingham number 2 paper pad would work beautifully. So lots of things that you can do to translate these cards into scrapbooking. So please don't feel like you're being left out, okay? Okay, let's go to another card. In fact, I've got 2 more for you. This one is all about daffodils, as you can see. Now, similarly to a previous card, this is what Heidi did. So she went into the topper kit and she pulled out the adorable scoreable. So it's this piece. You can see that she just glued it or cut it to be like that. And then she matted it on the adorable scoreable purple, which is, you know, the yellow and purple are contrasting colors in the color wheel, so that just pops beautifully. And then she glued them to the front of her card, just like that first card. She allowed the card itself to show because there's so much white going on and just carries the combination. Now, what's different is that she took, this is the topper set, and you can see here are the daffodils. There are 3 layers, a center, a gold frame, and then this decorative frame. So what she did is she glued down the outside frame, but she foam taped the other 2 up. So she just put foam tape on the back of them and just raised them up. So that worked nicely. You can see that that birthday wishes is nestled on top of the daffodils. That works nicely. And then the term daffodil, this is going to come again from that detailed sheet. And then she's got a bow out of our yellow ribbon set, as you would imagine. And if we can get in close, Steve, I want to show you that she used the bumblebee sprinklets. Now, these are thin pieces of polymer clay that have been made into bumblebees. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the front. And there's a gazillion in this little set. This is from our friends at Buttons Galore. So isn't that fun? What a fun piece to incorporate. Now on the inside of her card, she has used the insert And it is right here. In fact, you know, I don't think I showed you the inserts when we started. My error. The inserts are part of this collection, should you elect to have them. So you can see what a nice job that's going to do on the inside. Again, it keeps our daffodils from the front. We see words, and it goes to the inside. And then she's added a bow, more of the bees. Oh, to do the bees, just take our ever popular, wonderful Cosmic Shimmer Specialist glue, and then all you'll do is just squeeze some drops, and then you can just place the bumblebees on top, and they'll dry clear, and it will be just perfect. So you just need a little tiny bit, by the way, because you don't want it to ooze out and then attach itself to the front of your card. No, you don't want that. So there you go. Super easy, super fun. Yes. I have one more card, and on this card, Heidi is also using that cutting die. So we'll come to this in just a moment. Now, what in this card, this is a card slightly different size, as you can see, and let me show you what she's done. So she's gone into the adorable scorable. In fact, let me get this piece. This is the lightest color, it's a light tan, and she has simply folded it in half and then to make her card. So again, you want to score it first because that's really a heavyweight cardstock, and it's just better to score it in half. So then she's got this placed. Then she has taken, and let me get this out to show you. This is going back to our 8x8 paper pad. And so this is, it's called allium. Anyway, it's a Latin word for garlic plant, and it's just really beautiful. If you don't harvest the garlic and let it blossom, this is what it's going to look like. Just really pretty, kind of like a our Paper Wishes logo, isn't it? With a dandelion. So that's what she has used. In fact, she has used this piece. So once again, you get some squares, you get a large piece, and then you get a smaller piece. And that's what she has used here. Now this time, she's brought in some silver. So the silver is our metallic silver paper. And it's not a holographic, it's just a silver. We have silver and we have gold. So she's used that to mat this piece, and then she has glued it to this is again out of the adorable scorable, Matastic, and glued it to the front of her card, allowing that tan to show. The other thing that she did is she used the these are the dotted ribbons, and she wrapped it in this wider area. So this piece she allowed to stay the size that it was. So she didn't make an oversized mat. Instead, she just glued it to the left side of this piece of cardstock, and then wrapped this, glued the ends to the back, and then zotted a bow right there. But look what's going around right here. That's where the cutting die comes in. So you can see that you get this a seed bag. You also get some words. So Let Love Grow is going to be there, seeds. You get a pot, you get a plant, you get all sorts of things that are going to work in conjunction with it. So what Heidi did is she die cut the packet out of the tan, the same tan that she used for the card, and then folded it up and let the front of it, it's really underneath there. So she popped out the letters, then she die cut it again out of green. And what she did is, so pretend like this is the cutting die, then she put some tape, like Scotch tape, on the back of her card, allowing the sticky side to be exposed, and then she placed in all the letters that were out of the initial piece that she cut out of that shape, and let them kind of nest inside. So I think that's really a clever idea. I've never seen that done before. Very nice. Then she took, while she was on the back of that piece, she took some acetate and glued it. Again, you're going to want to use the extra sticky tape with the orange liner, okay, to hold that in place. And then what she put in there, we used the bumblebees on an earlier card. This is called Garden Party, and these are little flowers. Can you imagine making those? I can't imagine it either. And she just put a little tiny bit in there, and then foam taped around that oval and placed it on the top of her seed packet. And then these are the squares that were on that first sheet. Okay, so there you go. See one there, and you see the other one. Now she went back and she added purple jeweled dazzles, the tiniest ones. You know, there's 3 sizes on here, and she just added those because of the purple garlic blossoms. Okay, now on the inside of her card, well, she did a similar thing. Now, as you know, on the back of this, just like the tulips, you're going to see just a whole spray of these blossoms. So she's added that to the inside of her card. She's taken the same blue that she used on the front, matted it on the same silver that was used on the front, and then she has taken this piece, the Let Love Grow, and she has rested that over this piece. So this piece is underneath out of the tan, and then this piece is also cut out of that shape. So the Let Love Grow is going right there. And she's added the trowel, the trowel, sorry, and the spoon, the fork. But then look what else she's done. She's foam taped this green piece on top, so you get kind of a shadow, as you can see. Now there is a little spray of leaves, and she's placed 4 of those right there. And then some more of these little garden party is becoming the flowers in that little pot. How cute is that? Very clever, this woman. And then we've got the same ribbon. The ribbon is going horizontally on the inside, vertically on the front of the card. That's a nice design element. More of the dazzles just to add even more shine to the silver, and just really pretty. And obviously everything is just working so nicely together. Wow, really great. So to recap, we have done the Spring Melody from Hunkydory with their luxury topper collection, the coordinating inserts that you saw so beautifully done. And those are my notes. We're going to scoot those aside so you can't see them. And then we've got the Matastic collection, the adorable scoreable with 30 sheets. Then this is the sheet, this is the Delightful Details. There are 50 foiled pieces here. There's 2 sheets. This is exclusive for us. Thank you, Hunkydory. The 8x8 Picture Perfect, that is double-sided. You saw a wonderful way to use this cutting die. All of these are the Spring Melody by Hunkydory, and you'll see it over on the right-hand side in the Money Saver. You can save a little bit of money there. In addition, I've got some tiny stamps. Now, these are new from Hunkydory, and they kind of go with the Spring Melody, but they could sort of go anytime. And they measure about 2 inches by 3 inches. And as you can see, each one has the flower and the word that's a flower. So crocus, snowdrop, daffodil, hyacinth, begonia, geranium, primrose, and clematis. So each of them is also available. It's not going to be in the Money Saver because this is a separate purchase, but I just wanted you to know. So here we are again at the end. I want to thank Heidi for doing an amazing job as always. And down below is the gallery. You can see all the instructions, all the complete measurements, all those things that I couldn't tell you verbally in this webisode. If you are watching this on YouTube, come on over, take advantage of that Money Saver, look at the directions, and join us at paperwishes.com, because after all of you are the very best part of paperwishes.com.